Hello, let's wait a few seconds for other people to join and also LinkedIn to join us. In the meantime, I will share the presentation. The webinar, the training is interactive, so you can join us here with this QR code or using the link. Also in the chat, the QR code and links are shared. During the presentation, I will have some questions for you, usually some quizzes. So if you join, you can give your reactions or participate in this interactive part. Let's wait a few seconds. I'm checking if LinkedIn join us as well. Okay, so we have LinkedIn, we have participants directly here, so we can start. Thank you for joining this meeting, this presentation. Today I will tell you about the results of the consulting that I conduct based on one particular client, where in 90 days, in 3 months, we increased the sales by 25% with 3 steps. And I will tell you today about those steps and how to increase margin and sales in your shop in probably faster if you concentrate on implementing the proper strategy. First, a few words about me. My name is Amadeusz Bathelt. I'm product manager at Dealavo. Before I was working in P&G Gillette, I was designing Hyperloop for SpaceX, and I was also manager in Global Krav Maga Academy. So I was doing different things and maybe more for small talk. This SpaceX, but it's not strictly connected with pricing, but it's some great experience that I had. And what we do in Dealavo, we do a few things. I will try to go through this list really fast and then go to the main point of the presentation. So we help you with assortment selection. We, for example, gather information from the selected websites, and those information can be prices, names, promotions, etc., whatever is available on the website. And we give you a report of all the products on the competitor website. So thanks to this, you can go through the list and see, I have this product, I don't have this product, or I don't have this product and it's promoted by the competitor. So maybe it is good to add this product to my shop. Also, when you know which products add to your store, maybe you should check if the prices on the market are okay, if they are good for you to buy this product and then sell it. So we have also ad hoc reports. And ad hoc reports work like this, that you have to put EN codes in the app, and in a few minutes we give you market overview for the prices of those products. So we give a product with particular EN code, and we give you number of competitors selling it. For example, 17 people are selling this product. The cheapest is retailer X. There is a link to his offer. The minimum price on the market is like 20, average price is 50, etc. So then when you have an offer from the manufacturer, for example, 25, and you know that the minimum price on the market is 20, you will know that maybe it's not good to buy this product, because you will never be able to sell it with a good price, attractive price, and you will not be able to have a good margin. But on the other hand, if the offer is from the manufacturer is 10 and the minimum price on the market is 20, maybe this is a good product to add it to your portfolio, especially if for your competitors it is a traffic builder or this is a popular product on your market. I will tell you about traffic builders a bit more in a second, because this is really important with the strategy. Second part, what we do in Dealavo is implementation of the pricing strategy. So we do price monitoring. You tell us which products you want to monitor. So you give us the whole list, the whole product feed, and on which website. So we can monitor either websites, some particular websites of your competitors, or maybe price comparison websites or marketplaces. So price comparison websites like Dealavo, marketplaces like Amazon, but we have no limitations for the websites that we can monitor. Also, we gather information about promotions for those products. And last but not least, we have also dynamic pricing. So when you have price data and you have your strategy, you can have optimal prices automatically. For manufacturers, we also have something called private label, where we find similar products for for particular goods. So when you are selling, for example, a coffee machine, we will look through the chosen websites, and we will find substitutes for your coffee machine that your clients are choosing from. So because when they are going to the store and buying one product, they are not choosing from only your brand, but they are also choosing from different brands, from products from the same price shelf. So basically, this is what we do in Dealavo. And going a bit more into dynamic pricing and strategies, what I told you about. So we have price monitoring. So we have raw data from the market about the prices. Usually we monitor them, we update prices once per day, but of course you can do this more often depending on the category for products or industry. But having the raw data is usually not enough, because probably most of you have integration with Google Analytics but knowing the answers from other meetings when I ask about this, not a lot of you did the analysis of this data during the last 30 days. So usually companies have raw data, but they don't use them every day to improve their results. So the same is with price data. When you have price monitoring, you will have from us quality data about the market, and this is really good first step, but you should do something more about this. And what we suggest for the first step is repricing, dynamic pricing. So based on the prices that we gather, you can have optimal prices in your web store. But to set the optimal prices, what does it mean? There are a lot of questions how to set the rules in the repricing based on data. So what I would add in this equation is a strategy. So when you have strategy and you have good data about the market and you have process automation, then you can really say that your business is developing, that you are going in the right direction, that you know from the area of strategy. Okay, you can see my cursor. You know, you have the proper assortment. You can identify the rules of the product. You can have proper rules for the proper rules for roles. In fact, that we will make the automation in a good, smart way, not just to be the cheapest on everything. I will go through these points from the strategy later in more details. And what we offer is all of those three things. So we have software for price monitoring, we have software for repricing, but also recently we added consulting for the strategy. So our clients not only have use of those two tools that we offer, but we also tell them how to do this in a smart way and have the best results. And now I will go through one case study of the consulting to show you what we do and how we did it to increase the results of particular client by 25% in 3 months. The key outcomes of what we achieved is that the top selling products, their revenue increased by 25% in 3 months. And what does it mean in 3 months? So from the start of our cooperation, from the moment that they told us about their strategy, we prepared recommendations, we presented them, we told them about the strategy in details, because we believe that it's really important for the customer to understand what we are going to do with their shop, and the preparation of the recommendations took us around 1 month. And from then, the customer was implementing the recommendations, and it took him about 2 months to do step by step, because there are quite a lot of recommendations. And also we know that all of you are really busy, so you need to find some time to implement the strategies. But at the end, it is worth it. We are also looking for any automation that is possible to help you find the time for implementation of the recommendations. So not only the top product started to sell better, but also we decided that it's really important to help them to sell complementary products, so additional products that have a higher margin. We also created bundles for bestsellers that became bundle for products that became bestsellers, in fact, and it was the biggest surprise for the clients. And we generally improved profitability of the shop. So now let's go into details. How we help the client? We help them to analyze the roles of the products, the product segments, based on transactional data and web analytics data. We help them to adjust, to assign proper rules for those segments. I will go into details, of course, in a second. We help them to select new products. We help them to identify and select key competitors. We help them to increase the cart value. We also implemented something called ROAS Booster. So this is a tool that helps with Google Ads to increase the profitability of Google Ads. We provided ad hoc reports. So when they do some analysis, they don't lose time to find prices. And in fact, maybe this is a good example with automation. So when we were discussing, when we had this initial interview with the client after they decided that they want to participate in the consulting, I was asking what they do with prices, and one of the teams said that they spent quite a lot of time on making analysis of the prices for the sales team, but also for the team that was responsible for buying products for the supply people responsible for supply in their team. And it was taking them 2 or 3 days per month, so quite significant time, just to find the prices, because on one hand they needed to know if offer from the manufacturer is a good offer, maybe they should negotiate the price. And on the other hand, when the sales team was negotiating prices with their clients, they also needed to know what is the market overview, that they will not go too low with their offers. And because of this, we decided that it's really good for them to implement ad hoc reports. And thanks to this, they were able to save this 3 days per month. And then they were able to use this time to implement the recommended strategies from us. So first, we found the time for them to do what we are suggesting, and then we gave the proper recommendations. And also, the last but not least, we also help with analyzing historical trends to prepare for upcoming quarters. So, for example, if the Black Friday is coming, we can analyze the data from last year. We can see what was the bestseller, when the competitors decided to increase the prices, when they started to make some discounts, etc. So it's also not only reactive approach, but also with some planning based on historical data. So about 3 steps how we achieved those results. First step, the most important, I think, and the quickest one, is to increase traffic and margin. But when I say this with other clients, that the first step is to increase traffic and margin, they say, okay, Amadeusz, but this is impossible. This is contradictory. It's impossible to increase the traffic and margin at the same time. We can either decrease the price and decrease the margin, with to increase the traffic or increase the margin, but we'll have less traffic. And how to do this? If you were at some previous webinar, I'm discussing in details how it works, but basically, when a customer is buying a product, probably they are looking for a whole set of products. So, for example, when I was buying a TV, I was looking not only for a new TV, but also for a hanger for the TV, the HDMI wire, and I wanted to buy all those three products at the same time. And how people are choosing where to buy, obviously they are not making such a bundle and looking where to find this bundle for the cheapest price, for the lowest price, because it's impossible to make some analysis like this, but they are choosing the most expensive product, in this case TV, and looking for the shop with the lowest price for the TV. When they add it to the basket, they see recommendations for other products like this hanger or the HDMI wire. And also, if the shop is smart enough, they are also recommending other products that people were not willing to buy, but when they saw the recommendation and the price was relatively low comparing to the rest of the products, they said, okay, I will add it. So for this product, the shop needs to have a low price to attract crowds, to attract traffic, but on the other products, for those two, they can have reasonable price, so not really high, but with a better margin, because this is building the basket. And for example, for this product that person was not looking for, they could increase the margin, and people will be still adding them to the basket because, for example, they are spending over 1,000 euro for this set, but this is around 5 euro. So this is a small percentage of the whole price, and people like to lie to themselves that they will be cleaning their new TV. Of course, I bought this spray and it's still not opened. So based on this strategy, we can determine three groups of products that traffic builders that generate traffic, other products that build the shopping cart, and the rest, like the spray, which generate profit. And of course, knowing this division, knowing those roles, segmentation, we can later adjust the proper strategy with adjusting the prices. So now the first question, what are the traffic builders in your shop? I said about one example with this TV in for electronic store, but maybe you have some other examples for your store. What is the traffic builder? So the other participants will have better idea what can the traffic builder be. So you can join by QR code, you can fill the response, and we will go through this in a second. Five seconds remaining. One person, I think, is still typing. I will prolong for a bit. Okay, we have three results. So let's close and let's see. Okay, so we can see that TV is the good call for the traffic builder. There are also drills as another traffic builder for a store. Probably this is some DIY store that people are looking for drills in it. And skincare famous brand. Yeah? So if you have some cosmetic store, probably people are looking for the famous brand and are coming to this store looking for this product. But of course, you can also try to find other things that people are buying or they want to buy with this product to increase your basket. So having the theory, we need to know how the segmentation work with the particular store. And for this, we use both transactional data and analytical data. Transactional data is, for example, invoices, and every position on the invoice is one product with information in how many pieces it was sold, in what was the price, etc. So this is concrete data about transactions, but we also take analytical data, which is, for example, data from Google Analytics about views, about conversion, that you will not see in transactions because maybe a product has a huge traffic but no sales. And based on this data, we create some segmentation. So we say, okay, based on the data, those are traffic generators, for example, 20% of your portfolio, and we assign this label, let's call it, to those products. Those are shopping cart fillers. So, for example, this hanger for the TV or the wire, and those are profit generators. Those are, for example, the spray. But from this data, we will not know exactly some rules for the products that have no traffic and no sales, because maybe you have a traffic generator, traffic builder in your store, but the price of it is too high. So you have no traffic. And how to know if this is really traffic generator or no? And for this, we use additional algorithm to distinguish them. And of course, there is no 100%. We don't know if 100% that it's really traffic builder or no. So then we recommend some testing that, okay, for this product, try to decrease the price and we will see if you have more traffic or no. If there is no traffic, then come back to the original price. But if you have traffic, then decrease further just to increase the traffic, and later we will work with this that your basket will increase. The half step of the of the first step is to increase margin. How to do this? First of all, you need to choose your competitors wisely, because probably your clients are not choosing from all the offers, all the competitors on the market. So what we do is that we analyze your competitors. We look for common products, price levels of the competitors, if they are visible in internet. So we check SEO, we check Google Ads results, and we check the website traffic estimation. And based on this, we know from whom your customers can choose because they have good prices and products in common. But on the other hand, even though they have this assortment and good prices, maybe they are not visible. Maybe nobody is coming to the website. So we should only compete with those who are visible in SEO, in ads, and so on. And what we do, this will work like this: that if you are not choosing some retailers, if you are competing with everybody, you will do like this: that you want to have, for example, for the traffic builder, the cheapest price, and you will see, okay, so this is the list of all the offers. I want to be 1 cent cheaper than the lowest one, so my price will be $12.98. And maybe this is not a good approach because there is some information that is hidden from you. And what we do, we analyze those retailers and say, okay, you shouldn't compete with this retailer because he has only one piece in stock. This guy, nobody can find him nowhere. This guy has bad reviews. From this guy, okay, he's cheap, but if you have to wait 2 weeks for the shipment, nobody will choose him. And this guy has only small assortment, so it's not good to compete with him. And maybe just this price, this retailer is a good competitor. So maybe you shouldn't set price $12.98, but $15.98. So you're earning £3 on every sale, because still people are still choosing your offer, but here you just decrease your price when there was no need to. And now maybe you can answer. Okay, still I will make this QR code visible. You can say what are the other reasons that you are choosing not to compete with a particular retailer or company. Just a quick brainstorm. We have one answer. Okay, we have one answer on the chat. I will read it. If it's not here, I will read it out loud in a second. Okay. So first thing is old website of the competitor. So yes, if you go to the website and you see that this is not well designed and it's hard for people to use it, you will see that maybe they will not, they will decide to buy from somewhere else because they cannot trust. Margin, it's hard for me to say if we know the margin of the competitor, or maybe when they are selling too low, maybe we decide not to compete with him. It's also reasonable. Or if they sell second-hand products, of course, this is also important that we are not competing with, if we sell new goods, we are not competing with second-hand products because it's really hard to set proper price, especially with repricing and price automation. And two other responses on the chat are delivery costs. So I assume that if they have good prices, attractive prices, but their delivery cost is, for example, like 50 euro or something, you will still prefer to buy for a big higher price, but cheap lower for shipping. So overall, you are paying a bit less. And maybe this is a good thing to say that right now, in around 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not sure exactly when, but my team will write this on chat. I'm conducting another webinar about pricing psychology, volume 2. The volume 1 was really successful, and one of the things that is important there is that people don't like paying for shipping. So even sometimes they prefer to pay a bit more for the product and pay maybe a bit overall a bit more, but not to pay a lot for shipping because they see no gain from the shipping. When they buy a good, they can feel it, but when they spend money for shipping, it's like lost forever. And this is another something that maybe you should take under consideration. But considering delivery costs, when we have those good competitors chosen, we can overcome this with our repricing. So in the repricing tool, you can choose if you want to compete with shipping price or no, how to compare. And then when we do the price monitoring, I'm trying now to open demo account in the meantime. When we gather prices of the products, we also always gather the shipping price. And what we do is we are comparing, for example, for this product, this is the price with shipping, and when we go to dynamic pricing, you can choose, let's change to English from German. You can choose your rule to be working with the shipping price, with the shipping cost or no, and then we'll adjust it properly. So even though the price of the competitor is low, but his shipping price is high, we'll adjust to this final price, our price recommendation. And this is done automatically. So hopefully we are overcoming this problem of the delivery cost. And last but not least, Andrea wrote that low awareness. I don't know if this is low awareness about the website, but if yes, this would be directly connected to what I said, what I meant here, that people are not aware of this store and they're not choosing it. So why should you compete with prices with this shop? And now how this recommendation from our side works, I think this is also important to say that I'm not expert with any category. So you are the experts from your category, from your brand. I'm just saying the strategy, I'm just giving recommendation based on data, but you are the final person who is choosing what to implement and how. And we can adjust the recommendations to your market. So what we do with this recommendations competitor, I give you a list and I do the scoring of the importance of the competitors, and I say retailer one has score 38, and you say, okay, this is important competitor, we need to compete with him. I'm saying retailer two has 25, much lower, and you say, no, I don't want to compete with him because I know from my clients that they have low quality of goods, or they are packing the packages not really well, and the goods come destroyed, and they have some bad reviews, and people know not to buy from them. And we can say, okay, let's delete this one and let's discuss another one. So I just give recommendations, and with you I'm discussing adjusting them to your needs. It's not that I know everything. I don't know. You are the master of your category. And the next step that we do is to make this analysis of retailers not only for your whole portfolio, but maybe it's important to do this with categories. So we choose your most important categories, and we make the same analysis, maybe for top 5 categories, and then we say, okay, so for these products in this category, you have to compete with this set of retailers, but with the second group, you need to compete with other one. So if you have really diverse portfolio, this will make sense. On the other hand, we can make this analysis with brands. And this is what we do when you have uh, when your manufacturers have selected distribution. So only a few companies are selling those brands, because then the set of retailers for every brand will differ. The last but not least is the product rules. Probably you should choose the competitors for traffic builders. You can choose the competitors for your long tail. And maybe this is also a good idea to show it here. In Dealavo we have dashboards, and I don't really remember if it was here prepared, but if you have here, oh, okay, we have it. So let's say that you want to make the analysis of your most important competitors for category. And based on my experience with consulting helps on developing the app. So for example, you want to choose the most important competitors for creams. So you can apply, you can filter your products, and you can see, okay, this is really small category, but fine. Those will be, for example, the top of this list will be the most important competitors based on the price, but we have only one. Okay, let's go through something more. So those shops are selling below your price. So this is 90, he has 90% product cheaper than you, this one 80, and so on. So maybe you should take top of this list. You should look at the price index. This is price index based on the average price in the market. Maybe those are the good competitors, and maybe those ones. So we are helping you to find those competitors also in the app, not only in the consulting. And on the other hand, when you have your selection of the products, the assignment, you can look for the competitors for traffic builders, and also you can see if your margin level is good, if the price position of those products is good. So for example, in this case, no, because all of those products are over 20% more expensive than the cheapest offer on the market, so nobody will buy from you. But also you can see how many offers for those products are sold below your cost price. So in this case, you have your traffic builder, but for this Warta CR something, 165 people are selling below your cost price, so cheaper than you bought it for. So it's impossible for you to have a good price. You should go back to your manufacturer, to the provider of the good, and discuss the price. So just a quick going through the app and how we use it and how we help with this data that we are now talking about. Other thing is that I already mentioned negotiating of the prices, because if you have your traffic builders, as I showed you, and you cannot sell them too cheap because 165 people are selling them below your cost price, maybe you should negotiate the price with your provider. So probably you should check how many offers for below your cost price are offered on the market, probably you should provide them by vendors, gather information about them, so to have good data, and then go with this data to your vendor and say, okay, look, I have 165 offers for this product lower than my price. Those are the links. This is information from Dealavo. It's not that we gathered it. It's some outside tool that did this. So please give me better price, because they are selling cheaper than I buy from you. So I can either buy from them, or somehow they are buying it cheaper. Maybe there is another vendor for this product. And usually it works. And now the question for you is that if you negotiate the prices based on price monitoring data. So if you use the price monitoring data from some source, and you go to the vendor and say, okay, I need a better price because now on the market my purchase price is not good, it's not attractive. We have 4 more seconds. Okay. Usually you negotiate prices. Okay, another hint from how to increase traffic and margin, now we'll concentrate on traffic, is how to add new products. So let's say that you already have good prices for your traffic builders. You know which products are traffic builders. You have proper prices. You attract traffic. Also, you found your potential traffic builders and you decrease the price of those products, and now you have good traffic. But how to gain more traffic, even more products, even more people trying to buy your products? So what we do, we go through your categories on price comparison websites and marketplaces. We check best sellers there. We go through competitor websites or through Google Merchant Center bestsellers, and we find the products that in your category are the best sellers, that people are buying them the most. And we put this list in ad hoc reports, and this is what we provide during the consulting. The products that are probably will be bestsellers will attract more traffic to your web store, also with the information about the prices of those products on the market. So when you want to add them to your market, to your portfolio, to your store, you will know what is the good purchase price that you can accept to add them to your store to increase the traffic. And now is the question to you: how do you find new traffic builders? Twelve more seconds. Okay, so there are mostly you are guided by intuition experience. Sometimes you observe the competitors, and sometimes you compare the competitor websites and marketplaces. And I would say that the proper way is to have this data from competitors and comparison websites mixed with your intuition experience to see what is something, or maybe from your sales team, what people are looking for. And if you mix those all information and you know the prices, then you can really succeed in increasing the traffic to your web store, finding new products. Other thing that we do is that we optimize Google Ads budget. And what does it mean? Usually when people are using ads, when they are promoting products on Google Ads, they promote all the products equally. And this is not a good approach. What you should do for sure is to promote traffic builders, because those are the products that people are looking for, and you have probably the good price based on repricing. But what about the other products? Because I assume, and what I know from my experience, is that when you allocate your whole budget only for traffic builders, you will not use the whole budget. So what we do is we divide products into 4 quarters based on 2 parameters. One parameter is the analysis if the price is competitive on the market. And if it is competitive, probably when people see your offer, they will click on it. Remember that in Google Ads, you pay immediately when people are clicking, not when they are buying. And when you have good price for this product, there is huge probability that they will buy this product because you have proper price, good price, competitive price. On the other hand, when your price is not competitive, people will be clicking but not buying, and this will generate you additional costs. Other axis represents margin. So you can have good margin on the product or low margin. And when we go into intersections of those groups, we'll have products with competitive price and good margin. So somehow you are able to have low price on the product and high margin. This is perfect situation, and you should promote this product. On the other hand, you have products here that are not competitive on the market. You have high price and low margin. Then you shouldn't promote this product because there is low probability that they will buy the product. You will have high cost of Google Ads, and also even if they buy it, you are not earning a lot. Here we have products with good margin and not competitive price. So you will have high cost of advertisement, but if they buy this product, maybe you will earn well enough. So you should maybe consider this product to add it to ads. But first should be this group with the highest budget, and then this one. For those products, you should probably not spend even a penny and just save this budget, relocate it to other products. And what is really important is that when I do this analysis, usually those products with not competitive price and low margin represents around 70% of your portfolio. So usually around 70% of your budget for ads. And this is something that you can work on. The last quarter, but not least, is the products with competitive price and low margin. So maybe those are your traffic builders or something that it's almost traffic builder that you should consider to promote. Quick look in our tool. We give this tool only for our consulting clients. So you can, of course, make some filtering, choose channels, only retailers, exclude some retailers or product that you don't want to go through this tool. But the most important thing is that we do analysis of your whole portfolio, and we say, okay, so for the products that are profitable, there are, in this case, 0 products, profitable 56, and so on. So we give you the statistics, but for every product, we give you a label if the product is profitable, semi-profitable, or unprofitable, and then you can use those tags later in the process. Excuse me. So what we do is we take Dealavo data about the prices. We take this in ROAS Booster. This is the tool that you saw. We put those labels in Google Merchant Center, and thanks to this, you have those labels in Google Ads. And when you automatize the campaigns based on those labels, you will be able to save some money or to allocate to have better results, return on investment with Google Ads. And when we do, when our clients shared with us results, on average, their increase of ROAS was by 79%. So increase from, let's say, just to give this into numbers perspective of ROAS, if we started from 5, it would be like 8. And the highest increase was by 129%, so going from maybe from 5 to like 12. Second step, now a bit quicker, pricing automation. So when you have all this theory behind you, all the segmentation, all those good approaches behind you, then it's time for automation of the processes of the pricing. So how we do this? Of course, we do the price monitoring, and we gather data from website of your choice, so probably marketplaces, price comparison websites, or some other competitor's website. We combine this data from price monitoring with data from transactions that you provide to us and data from Google Analytics. We suggest you a pricing strategy for all these segments. You have the automation. We also recommend highly to have integration with your ERP system. And when you have the automation, we are sending automatically the price recommendations from repricing to your ERP, so to your website, and you are changing them automatically. And for example, for traffic builders, it looks like this. Sorry. Too much talking. So for every strategy we give you, for every segment we give you a strategy that you can set in your repricing, and to not to worry about the setting of the proper prices in the future. And the first step after the having good traffic is upsells, and you can do this in a few ways. First is to sell multi-packs. So if there is somebody coming to your website to buy a traffic builder, maybe you can sell a few of them. So if somebody is coming, for example, a paper or a binder, you can maybe sell them more than this, water or something, maybe more creams. You should convince them to buy something more. Also, when we talk about people's need, as I said in the beginning, they are looking for sets usually. So if they are coming to buy a TV, you can offer them the whole set to buy with TV plus hanger plus wire, and even sometimes the discount like 2% is working for them, is good enough for them. If you don't want to make sets, you can make a section also bought with, or others bought also, that will recommend proper products to the customer. And probably most of you will say that, oh, I have this, I'm doing this. But when I'm looking at the websites, I see that those products are not well selected. So, for example, people are coming to buy TV, but you are recommending another TV, and probably they don't want to buy another TV. People usually buy only one TV. So maybe you should choose another products better. And last but not least, if you are a store big enough that you have your own private brand, we are helping to convince people, customers, to buy your brands than some known brands, just for you to increase the margin. And what we see, I found some examples of the multi-packs. So, for example, for this paper, which probably is Traffic Builder, this shop is selling the multi-packs. So they suggest to buy even more than 8 pieces. And what is interesting, they are showing here the price for the highest number of products. So you have this price anchoring, and you try to convince people that this is the proper price to buy, the proper amount of products to buy. And it's not only with the paper, but on this website, almost every product is sold in multi-packs. You can see here another examples. With sets, with bundles, I checked some some other website, and I was curious what can be sold with washing machine. And in fact, this is another example. You can see that those parts are probably not worth this €5. But if you are buying this expensive washing machine, probably you will not even look at this price. You will just add this as a set of something that is matching. So this is first idea for the set. Here, another example, I was curious what people are also buying with TVs. Those are soundbars. You can see that the prices are half of this TV, and people are still probably buying it if they are making such sets. Lower, you have other sets. So if you are not really interested in buying just TV with soundbar, maybe you want some with some cheaper products. And I came back to this website with paper, looking if they are making some sets. Of course, they are making. And in fact, on the one website, one page, you have the whole set made already. And another thing that customers who bought this item also bought. So you can either add the whole set or add separately to the basket. Generally, the aim is to increase the size of the basket. And now the question is, what are the sets that are most popular in your store? Twenty more seconds. Anybody else is submitting? If not, in 3 seconds, I will close the submission and I will go further. Somebody started writing. The time pressure works a bit. And we are out of time. So usually for those who submitted is whiskey and cola. So probably they are looking for the cheapest price of the whiskey and then they are adding cola to their basket and buying. But when they are buying phones, they are also taking chargers if they are not in the set, or maybe when they have needs for the longer wire. I'm just guessing here. And how we recommend those those increases? So we go through the data, transactional data, and we say, okay, so this product is usually bought in 5 pieces, this in 3 pieces. So maybe you can make a set of 6 pieces here, maybe 5, 6, to increase the number, but also to suggest somebody to make this decision easier. So they are not clicking this plus to have 5 pieces, but they have one click to add to the basket. And with multi-packs, we look which sets are bought organically together. So for example, product A with B was bought 574 times together. This is also another set. And the good thing to do is to make such sets on your website. Because if people without our suggestion buy this, if we start suggesting, they will start buying this even more. And in fact, in this particular case, with this high increase of sales and profit, this was a game changer. So in the beginning, they didn't believe that it will work so well, but when we made those sets and they offered them on their website, they immediately became bestsellers. So as a summary, with 3 easy steps that I told you about, in 3 months, one of our clients who had this consulting increased the revenue of the top products by 25%. They also increased the sales for the complementary products. They created bundles that became bestsellers, and they improved generally profitability. So I know that some of you still have some particular questions, and I will be happy to answer them here. But if you prefer to have one-on-one free 30-minute meeting with me, feel free to write. There is on this meeting, I see on the top information that you can book this free meeting consultation. I will be happy to discuss, because first of all, I know that some companies cannot afford consulting. And on the other hand, I know that I learn a lot from such meetings, because I know about your problems, I know where to help you. So this is also really profitable for me to have such a discussion. 30 minutes. I'm more than happy to give you this time. Yeah, so if you are interested, you can click and and submit your interest. Thank you for attending the webinar. You can give the feedback, and now is the time for questions. So now you can see that there will be 2 more webinars, one the pricing psychology and another one about expansion abroad with your store. You can click there to sign in for the next webinar. So, first question from the audience. If we are comparing products only based on listing or really compare them. So we are looking for all the offers of the products on the particular website. So if, for example, you have 3 listings, 3 separate listings of this product, we are looking for all of them and giving you information about all the offers, not only about the listing. We do more complicated, more complex, more sophisticated matching. And in our SMB solution, we do the matching based on EL code, but in our enterprise solution, we do this with names, photos, and we have also QA team who is verifying the matching. So you know that we have highest quality. The next question. About the consulting. So this is a lot of working with the client. So with you, we do first we gather information from you. This is the first meeting. What is your goal? What is your KPIs and so on? We gather data from you. So from your store, this transactional data from Google Analytics. Also, we gather data and we give you recommendation. So then after initial work, we meet with you, we give you training on the theory, and we give you first recommendation with the priorities. So we tell you this is the most important, please implement this as first, because this will give you the best results in the lowest time that you need to implement this. Then we have another meeting in around 2 weeks with another training session and another recommendations. And then when you are implementing the recommendations, we are meeting most usually once per week, sometimes 2 times per week, just to help you with the implementation, to answer your questions, just to speed up the implementation of the recommendations as often as possible. And in the meantime, we also gather the feedback from the market. So if we decrease the price of the potential traffic builder to increase the traffic, we'll see if it really increased the traffic. If no, we will recommend you to come back with the price. But if yes, we'll look for another potential traffic builders that you can use to increase your traffic. So it's a lot of talking with you, a lot of discussions, and so on. Okay. And the rules in the app, you don't have to be technical. You can, as you saw, we have user interface. It's clear. We try to keep it updated, so you can easily set the rules on your own. Also, we are providing you the screens for the strategy for the recommendation. So even if you are not technical, you can set the rules with no problem and manage them in the future. So no, you don't have to be programmer, you don't have to be product manager. It's super easy. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you so much for the meeting. If you are interested in one-on-one consultation, please book the meeting and see you at the next webinar. Thank you.